Being a king or belonging to a royal family in Africa can be quite a lucrative affair. The kings on the African continent carry a high level of influence, and some have even been recognized as state institutions. There are currently 3 governmental monarchies in Africa, and many small kingdoms spread across the different countries. Leaders who rule these kingdoms are charged with the responsibility of representing and uniting all social groups under their care. The kings and monarchs invest in a variety of places, including their primary residence, mutual funds, stocks, as well as retirement accounts. According to African Business, some of these very wealthy African kings have been invited to join boards of large corporations because of their goodwill, generosity, and influence. They control very large fortunes, and it is evident that some African kings built their fortunes from scratch by starting successful enterprises and reinvesting in them. Others simply manage wealth that was transferred to them by their forefathers. In this video, we shall be taking a look at 4 billionaire kings in Africa this 2023 and what they do with their wealth. Let's begin. 4. King Mswati III, Eswatini. Mkhosi Dlamini, now known as Mswati III, is the head of the Swazi royal family in Eswatini, also known as Swaziland. The name Swaziland was changed to Eswatini in 2018 by the king himself, during celebrations to mark 50 years of the country's independence. Mswati became king on the 25th of April 1986 when he was 18 years old, and he reigns as an absolute monarch today. He currently has an estimated net worth of $150 million, culled from his political activities, as well as from his family heritage. Being an absolute monarch, King Mswati owns all of the land in the country, as well as all the wealth that is contained within and on it. It is alleged that Mswati III lives a luxurious lifestyle, despite the fact that an average Swazi man earns less than $1.25 per day. Amid public outcries in 2019, when about 70% of the population of Eswatini lived below the poverty line, King Mswati purchased about 20 Rolls-Royce cars worth billions. Some people say King Mswati's penchant for a luxurious lifestyle for himself and increasing number of wives is no longer helpful to him and the entire kingdom, and this has become a source of public discontent. According to several media reports, the large portion of stakes the king owns in Eswatini's economy is amongst the reasons why economic development there is not rapid. 3. Sultan Saadu Abubakar III, Nigeria. Sultan Saadu III is one of the most popular and wealthy kings in Nigeria. He was born on August 1956, and as a Sultan of Sokoto, he is considered the spiritual leader of all northern Nigeria's Muslims. His net worth in 2023 is estimated at $100 million. Sultan Saadu spends his wealth in carrying out several philanthropic activities, donations, and also assisting in developing his kingdom, which is also an important aspect in the Muslim tradition. He currently serves as head of the Nigerian Supreme Council for Islamic Affairs. He is a man of royalty and has numerous cars, such as a Mercedes-Benz and a 2017 Rolls-Royce sedan, which he normally rides during public events. Sultan Saad has invested part of his millions in building houses for his family both in Sokoto and Abuja. According to the Muslim report, Sultan Saadu Abubakar personally started and financed a number of initiatives to counter and reduce the influence of Boko Haram. He has also worked to strengthen Muslim-Christian ties by inviting international Muslim-Christian delegations to Nigeria on several occasions. Saad enjoys the support of every politician in northern Nigeria, as well as from anyone who has ambitions to hold highest offices in the land, including the presidency. Before we get to the next king on the list, it is important to note that Sultan Saad Abubakar is a peace builder and never fails to support development projects both at local and national levels. 2. King Frederick Obateru Akinruntan, Nigeria. Frederick Obateru is a Nigerian monarch and traditional ruler of Ugbo Kingdom, a town in a large local government found in the southwestern part of the country. The 73-year-old Frederick Obateru was born in 1950 in Ugbo Kingdom. He took over power from King Oba Banjo Mafamusibi in 2009 up till now. He is worth $300 million and is ranked as the second richest king in Africa this 2023. King Obateru doesn't only focus on his position as king, he is into many other activities which have made him obtain so much wealth over the years. He uses income from these activities to foster development in the kingdom. He is an oil magnate and founder of one of Nigeria's biggest privately owned oil companies known as Obat Oil. This oil company has more than 50 gas stations spread across the 6 geopolitical zones of Nigeria. It owns one of the largest tank farms in Africa, a modern storage facility which is able to store over 65 million liters of petroleum products. King Frederick Obateru also owns an extensive portfolio of prime commercial and residential estates in London and Nigeria, including landmark Felson Hotel and Mall in the central business district of Abuja. Obateru also spends his money on getting luxuries for himself. In 2012, he bought a custom-built Rolls-Royce vehicle, similar to that of late Queen Elizabeth II of England. He is believed to be the first black person to buy a 2014 Bentley. Through his Obat Oil Company, King Frederick Obateru has charged youths to embrace entrepreneurship, which is very important for this generation. Today, the company is even managed by one of his sons, Akinfenwa Akinrudin. The Kingdom of Ugbo has witnessed several infrastructural changes since Alugbu Frederick Obateru became king. These developments are felt in the domains of roads, buildings, water, and energy, amongst others. One interesting aspect about King Obateru you should take note of is that there are no barriers, as he considers every obstacle on his path as a stepping stone to a higher and nobler plane of human endeavors. 1. King Mohammed IV, Morocco. Mohammed IV is the king of Morocco. He ascended to the throne in 1999 after the death of his father, King Hassan II. Mohammed belongs to the Alauid dynasty, and he is the richest king in Africa according to Forbes. He was recently named by the Royal Islamic Strategic Studies Center as the 7th most influential Muslim in the world, and in 2015, he was named as richest monarch in the world by Forbes. King Mohammed IV spends his billions by investing in diverse business activities as well as carrying out philanthropic activities. Presently, he is listed amongst Morocco's leading businessmen and bankers. His royal family holds majority stakes in Al Mada Holdings, which was originally the state-owned investment society, but was merged in 2013 with Omnium North Africa to form a single holding company. The Al Mada Group has a portfolio consisting of many important businesses in Morocco, operating in different sectors, including Attijari Wafa Bank, Managem Mining, tourism, real estate, and telecommunications, amongst others. King Mohammed IV is also a leading agricultural producer and landowner in Morocco, where agriculture is exempted from taxes. Under King Mohammed IV's rule, Morocco has undergone important political and economic reforms while facing considerable challenges too. There has been a good turn-up in the country's rate of foreign policy, infrastructural development, and civil reforms. Part of these changes have been realized, thanks to the fief of King Mohammed IV. The king also owns a chunk of the world's phosphate reserves. His economic strategy has led to the creation of new industrial zones, which in turn has given a boost to the number of industrial corporations setting up shops in Morocco. The Kingdom of Morocco has opened up more to the world, and has established partnerships, even with geographically distant countries. These countries freely invest their talents and resources in Morocco due to the confidence they have in the assets and strength of the kingdom. Over the last decade, Morocco has become the first car producer in the Middle East, as well as a major aerospace industry manufacturing hub, generating more than $1 billion in exports. In the political domain, King Mohammed IV has enacted a series of reforms to the country's constitution, including amendments that strip him off some of his political powers. This, however, doesn't cancel that fact that he is an iconic figure in the Kingdom of Morocco. His net worth has been estimated to be between $2.1 billion and $8.2 billion. Apart from the 4 kings mentioned in this video, there are other wealthy royal men across the continent who contribute greatly to the development of their various areas of jurisdiction. Some of them are Oba Adiyai Ogunwusi of the Yoruba Kingdom in Nigeria, and Togbe Afde of Asogli State in Ghana, among others.